Yo, the first date, I kept seeing those videos too. And they kept talking about walking on the first date. And a group of women kept saying it was unacceptable. I thought this was a funny topic. And I was going to ignore it, but I'm still seeing those videos. But here's the truth. A walk on the first date is only a problem if you do not want that person. Because you'll go on that walk if it's somebody you really want to be with. Because what determines what's acceptable is how much you actually desire the other person. Because you'll take that walk if you actually love the person. If you don't want that person, then the first date has to be something spectacular because you're really not interested. And just to give you an example, if the man you love the most, the man you were interested in the most, if he said that first date was a walk or something simple like Dairy Queen, you'll be flattered because you really want the man. And it's the same thing for men. The women we really want, they don't have to do anything to get our attention because we already made up our mind. So it's not about the walk. It's about whether or not you want the person. Because the person you want the least has to put on the biggest performance. The person you love the most has to do the least to get your interest because you already made up your mind you want that person. You don't have to do anything. That's one of those lessons I learned back in the 7th and 8th grade. I learned that lesson back in the 7th and 8th grade. Because some of the women I wanted who didn't want me would just pick things that they didn't like. I ain't have enough money. I ain't had the best haircut. I ain't had no jewelry. I wasn't cool enough, whatever. But I walked down the hallway at the exact same school and there's two girls that love me exactly the way I am. So I've been loved a lot and I've been rejected a lot. So as an adult, I already knew better. If a woman tried to play me because I wasn't doing enough, that's because she didn't want me anyway. So for those of you that don't know, please be advised. The first date walk is not the problem. The problem is that woman didn't want that man anyway. So the walk wasn't good enough. Because if Idris Elba or Denzel Washington or her favorite NBA player wanted to take a walk, she would have took that walk. Because that man was already good enough. So you'll take the bare minimum from a man you really want. And it's the same thing with us men. If Nia Long wanted to see me for nothing, I'll accept it. But if Lizzo wanted to see me for nothing, I'm not going because I'm not interested in Lizzo. But if Nia Long called, I'll be there in a minute. So the first date, the true controversy is whether or not you want the person. It's not the walk. It's not a steak dinner. It's not how much money you're going to spend on dolphin meat and lobster. That ain't got nothing to do with it. You don't need to fly nobody out. You don't need to go shopping, none of that. If somebody loves you, you don't have to do anything for them. But if somebody doesn't want you, you have to give them everything to keep that interest. So think about that the next time you go on a date. If that person really loves you, if that person really wants you, you ain't got to do nothing but show up and be a gentleman.